Let's start this video off with a heartfelt clip by a Good Samaritan. I really wasn't sure what was going on in this clip. I thought maybe this deer had that CWD, the chronic wasting disease, but it looks like he's just exhausted. She's exhausted, excuse me. Late one night in rural Colombia, a group of travelers were driving along a quiet road when something strange appeared in their headlights. Thinking it was just a person in distress, they slowed down. But what they saw moving toward them wasn't walking like a normal human being. The driver hit record. You can hear their engine and their breathing. And then this figure, thin, oddly pretzel-shaped, moving, sliding down the middle of the road. When the footage was later enlarged and lightened, viewers noticed it had long limbs that were bent awkwardly, almost like they were broken. One of the witnesses says that it reminded him of a monkey, except the size and the build looked more human. Some online claimed it was a prank, someone pretending to crawl oddly through the dark. But others swore that there's no way that a person could make these movements. This was far too unsettling to be faked. Man, I don't know. So what do we think these travelers really captured that night? Could this be a person in distress, a monkey, a hoaxer chasing internet fame, or something stranger? I mean, this is on a road at 2 a.m. I don't know. Take a look for yourself. Watch how it moves, how it reacts to the light. Let me know what you decide. While hiking deep inside Cloyne National Park in the Yukon, one traveler came across something that didn't belong there. A single massive footprint sunk into the soft river silt. The hiker snapped photos and compared them to women's size 8 and 9 shoes. The difference was unreal. This print looked nearly twice as long, with visible toe-like impressions that made it hard to explain away. Some online were saying that it's just a bear's double step, you know, where the back paw lands over the front. But this track didn't seem to have claw marks, and others pointed out that the heel was curved. Oddly human. I don't know, but whatever left it had some serious weight behind it, and also this wasn't found in a row of footprints, it was just one deep print. Kinda like something took a single step and just disappeared. At this day and age, I don't even know what to expect. Nothing's impossible. But I'm interested in your take. Bear print, hoax, Bigfoot, proof of something bigger walking among us? Drop me a line down below. Bill was filming his Great Pyrenees Sammy on a quiet winter afternoon in Montana when a chilling sound cut through the air. Something out in the trees was crying, almost like a baby animal in distress. The dog instantly froze, nose locked on the bushes ahead. He was at full alert, but he wouldn't take a single step closer. The strange part? A month earlier in that exact spot, Bill had filmed a massive upright figure slipping into that same brush. He posted it online and everyone started comparing it to Sasquatch. But the dog just stands there, refusing to advance. The best way to describe it is that he knows, it's like he knows something's in there that shouldn't be in there.
Baby in distress. An animal baby. Hear it?
I do.
Look it, Sammy's zoning in on it. Sammy's got a spot on it.
Whoa. This snow is slippery. Almost wiped out. I'm just gonna get back on solid ground.
Danny.
There's a lot of exploring that needs to go on in this video, I believe. This clip here is one of the first clips I ever posted. Drop me a comment if you remember this clip. I guess it's making the rounds again. It got popular on Reddit, but this has been around for a long time. A person supposedly caught this on camera. You see the huge shadow walking across the bridge. People can't help speculate that this is obviously Bigfoot. I wanted to try to find the original because it's much longer than this little clip, but no matter what I searched in YouTube, it literally just popped up all of these AI Bigfoot things. Has some Bigfoot on like the Golden Gate Bridge or something. Anyhow, this clip has a special place in my heart, so I'd love to know what you think about it.
Okay, I'm recording now.
This took place late one night in 2022 somewhere outside of Belmont, Michigan. It's on the kind of back road that most people would avoid.
What the f?
Stop. No,
Stop.
I'm not. No. Hell no.
What the f?
Bro.
They were soaked.
Okay.
There she is.
There she is.
Bro. What the f? See? That was it. That was it.
She's crying.
A TikTok user and her friends were driving home, camera rolling, most likely doing things that kids that ride the back roads do. If you know, you know. Out of nowhere, something appeared in the beam of their lights. At first, they all thought it might have been debris or maybe actually a deer on the side of the road. But as the car crept closer, the shape took form. It was a woman. Alone on the side of the road. She was just swaying, clutching something in her hands and swinging it in slow circles. A few minutes later, deputies arrive and comb through the area. When they find her, she's kneeling in the road, drenched, trembling, completely disoriented. When they start asking her questions, her answers make no sense. She can't remember how she got there. She doesn't know where she came from. It's like she just popped up there. The next morning, the driver and a friend go back.
Yep, she had to have come up out of the water. Yep, there's a dig spot there. So she came up from down there. That's had to have been why she was so wet.
I think mostly for proof that they weren't imagining it. But what they find instead raises even more questions. Near the road, there's a steep drop-off leading to a river. But here's the crazy and scary part.
So what it actually was a missing woman from Kalamazoo that ended up in Belmont. She doesn't know how she ended up there. She doesn't remember anything, and she apparently fell into the river. That's as much information as we got.
So yeah, I guess that's what makes it unnerving, because when something like that happens, a person can vanish and reappear miles away, so silent, confused. Just a good reminder that you can't always get the full story. About 20 minutes outside of Atlanta, a dog trainer named Dog Daddy Official runs a large property where he breeds and trains high-drive protection dogs. The place is fenced, isolated, and quiet, exactly how he likes it. Until one afternoon, a stranger walks up to his gate and changes everything. At first she seemed harmless, just a middle-aged woman claiming she wanted to bless his dogs.
Listen. You.
Can you just let go of the gate?
I thought you were nice.
We are nice. We just don't allow visitors on the property.
He politely tells her, "We're nice people, we just don't allow visitors." The video showed him staying calm, even friendly. She eventually relents and leaves, going back to wherever she came from. Or so he thinks. That night, around midnight, his dogs explode in barking. The man explained it as the kind of bark that means there is an intruder.
Listen, you need to leave now. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna let them out. It's midnight. What are you doing here? Leave now. It's midnight. We're not playing any more games. You are agitating my dogs. I told you late at night my guard dogs are out, and they're out. I'm not gonna be babysitting. You broke into the property at 3 in the morning. They're gonna come out.
I just came to bless you and your dog.
You need to leave now. You need to leave now. I'm letting them out. Don't come any closer. I'm gonna let them out.
You don't have to let them
I'm gonna let them out. They're here and they're waiting.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna leave. The police has been looking for 4 days now. There's no one around. This is my place. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know where you're coming from.
I just came to bless you.
I'm letting my dogs out.
Don't do that.
She disappeared. What the hell?
Most people have chalked this up to a disturbed local, but again, this place is pretty isolated. There are cameras on the property, and they didn't catch anything. The man goes on to say that the creepiest thing was her tone. She was calm, rehearsed, almost detached, he says. She knew the layout of his property, knew he had dogs, and came back at the exact hour most people are half asleep. My take? I don't know if it was stalking, obsession, something stranger. She was probably one of those crazies that was going to let all of his dogs loose. Like she'd be benefiting the dogs. Anyhow, what would you guys do? I mean, put yourself in his shoes. It's past midnight, your dogs are going nuts, you're on an isolated farm, and someone's calmly talking from the shadows. Commenters were calling for him to let the dogs loose. I don't know that that's the answer, but I think I would have probably handled it just the way he did. Hopefully. In 2013, a group of travelers near a watering hole in Mozambique captured something they still can't explain. And honestly, that's mostly because this is so blurry. The man claims to see 2 long jointed limbs bent in an odd way. He says at first he thought it was a monkey or a bird dragging branches, but whatever it was moving low to the ground, wide, heavy. The camera doesn't pick it up, but he explains that it's like a spider the size of a dog. Later that night, when they reviewed the footage, they could see about as much as we could see. But the man claims that this lines up perfectly with local legends of Zebra-Fofi, or Great Spider. For generations, people across Central Africa have told stories of giant web-spinning spiders lurking near rivers and forest paths. Some accounts even go back to 1938 when explorers in the Congo described nearly driving into a web strong enough to stop a truck, just before a massive brown spider darted into the trees. Skeptics say it's all folklore, it's just made up, but locals still find strange circular webs and hear the same clicking sound deep in the canopy after dark. Well, I'll tell you what, if this Zebra-Fofi really exists, what an absolute nightmare. No thank you.
Yeah, bro. I'll take that any day. Maisie, you're a good girl, you know that?
Okay, I just thought this was incredible. Let me read this to you. I believe this is the Chesterfield County Police in Virginia. So officers have found this little girl in the woods. Chesterfield K9 Maisie, along with her partner K9 Officer Dixon, responded to an out-of-jurisdiction call for service for a missing 4-year-old girl who was last seen 1 hour prior. The grandfather stated that she was in the garage with him in the back of the property and that she asked to go outside and play. He let her do so because she was with household dog. However, the dog came back without her and she was nowhere to be found. Multiple family members, neighbors, and deputies had searched the woods prior to reaching out for a bloodhound. Using one of the girl's sandals as a scent article, Maisie and Dixon started tracking her out at the rear of the garage where the little girl was last seen. They entered the woods onto a 4-wheeler path and made it down to a creek. They worked the bottom of a ravine where multiple ridges meet with various elevation. After seeing a small footprint in the sandy edge of the creek, they worked the area of the creek until they cut off through thick brush and onto an old logging road. They continued on the logging road and could hear a girl's voice up ahead. Maisie tracked right to the little girl who was soaking wet, but unharmed. They found her after tracking for a mile from the house into the woods. Just an incredible story. Thank goodness she was okay. And go ahead, Maisie. And for any parent who has ever had their kid wander off, there's just not a worse feeling.
93, we're heading in the car now.
Deep into a cornfield, Fond du Lac County deputies can't see far, searching for a missing 3-year-old boy.
Late one night in Alto, Wisconsin, a parent's worst nightmare was taking shape. A 3-year-old boy wandered into a 100-acre cornfield and disappeared. His parents searched and searched until they finally had to reach out to authorities. Every row looked the same. It was like the field just swallowed him. Panic was setting in. Deputies tried to track the boy's scent with the dog, but the dog wasn't able to pick it up. Deputies launched a thermal drone. For nearly an hour, nothing. Just cold, gray silence on the screen. Then, a faint white glow appeared. A small, body-shaped heat signature curled up alone, deep in the cornfield.
A thermal imaging camera drone scanning back and forth above the corn spotted the child's body heat, that little white speck deep into the cornfield. Then, first responders went in.
What we usually tell the deputies is, hey, the drone is right above where you need to walk, so look up at it, it's got lights on it, walk towards it, and once you're immediately underneath it, you'll find the kid or find what you're looking for.
A deputy and an Alto volunteer firefighter with the City of Fond du Lac drone overhead found exactly what they were looking for.
We got him. We're right here, buddy. We're right here for you.
You're safe now.
Good, buddy. You're right here. Hey, you're all right. Hey, we're going to go back and we're going to find your mom, okay?
They found the kid roughly a half-mile from home.
He said he had been chasing a cat into the cornfield, so a harmless thing, but it could have turned out really bad had we not had the opportunity to use our tools and collaborate with our law enforcement partners.
And about the cat.
You found a what? Found a cat. You found a cat? Oh my goodness, how?
When they found him, he was cold, scared, but alive and breathing. His mother fell to her knees and his father just kept saying, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay. You look at that thermal footage now and it's hard not to think that this could have ended much differently. But thanks to that drone and this technology, a family in Wisconsin got their boy back. Some of these are actually pretty creepy. So the caption of this clip kind of alluded to the fact that this male lion is clumsy, but I didn't really see that. The other part was that they don't normally do this because they could risk injury. They weigh much more than their female counterparts, or other big cats in general. If they do fall, they're more susceptible to injury, which we all know would hinder their survival. This is the Wells catfish, which is prominent in different parts of Europe. However, sport fishermen introduced it to the waters in France, and it quickly ate up all of the fish that it needed to feed on for its survival. Well, let's see how it's adapted. Check out these orcas absolutely manhandling this pod of dolphins. Like, I didn't know they were such savages.
We were soon to know, for through our telescopic lenses we saw the grey waters suddenly heave as the monster cut through them with lightning speed. Climatic conditions and exposure day and night to bleak and stormy weather affected our film, which accounts for the misty results. But this is unimportant in comparison to the achievement of filming the monster itself for the first time in history.
Look at what this trail camera catches. This deer just laying down in this stream. Look at its tongue wagging. It is exhausted. Well, you're going to see why it's laying down. Here's the thing, too. Wolves are known for this. They're known for tiring out their prey. So if I had to guess, unfortunately, it's just a matter of time. Look at this beautiful creature. I mean, you just don't want to mess with one of these. Golly. Now this clip, this is a pretty good clip. What is happening here? What is this thing? Golly, hold the camera still. You can make out like a bald body almost and on arms it's crouched, its face hidden. I'm intrigued by this. But I'll tell you what, you've done us a complete disservice if this is the entire video. I mean, toss a little stick over there. Let's see this thing move. A few of the commenters uttered the same sentiment, like there's no way if this was real you'd film it for only 14 seconds. Other people are saying it's a baboon, some type of monkey. Someone even said a mangy bear? I don't think so. The guy that posted it found it on YouTube, tried to figure out where it came from, but the original video has no description.
When she spots something odd in the distance.
¿Qué es eso? No sé si es una persona o qué.
It's a large, bipedal creature
Ay, boludo, qué raro.
that starts sprinting at what seems to be an incredible speed.
Va como muy rápido.
And it's unlike anything the woman has ever seen.
The part that gets me here is when the guy's like, and it starts sprinting at an incredible speed. Not really. And it's the likes of something this woman has never seen. Again, maybe. I don't know. Best part of it was the background music, honestly. But who knows? She filmed it. She thought it was going fast. She thinks it's a creature, so I'd be interested to know more if anyone has any information.
This is exactly why I keep warning people about Appalachia. You don't have to see them because they see you.
I've not seen this entire clip. I've seen the part where he mentions that this thing followed him from the Gifting Rock.
They followed me home from the Gifting Rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home, and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Have a look. Okay. Get the other side. Oh, damn. Holy shit. All right. Oh, damn.
But now this creature appears to be on the roof? Okay, that could freak me out pretty good. And the guy at the beginning, the warning about Appalachia, I mean, that's a real thing. Let me know if you guys have ever made any trips there. It's a pretty creepy place. At 2 a.m., she heard footsteps circling her hammock. They stopped, then started again. Luis, one half of the YouTube duo Camper Vibe, decided to take a solo trip to Daring Woods, a forest on the edge of Pluckley, known as the most haunted village in the UK. She set up her hammock, cooked dinner, and she said the only thing she really heard were owls. As the night deepened, strange sounds echoed through the woods. She tried to shrug it off, distant screams that almost sounded like children.
Sounds like kids screaming. That's just a train. Is it a bird or is it kids screaming? That's a bird. That's a gunshot. I don't know if you're able to hear a lot of this, it's pretty distant, but it sounds like kids screaming.
Then she thought to herself, no, there's no freaking children out here right now.
Honestly, I've never known a woods with so many strange noises. It's not just your normal birds and stuff and planes. There's a lot of planes. There's like this weird... Well, I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm tired, so I'm going to let this burn out in a bit, sit here and enjoy a fire for a little while and then, yeah, head to bed. The hammock's really comfy, thank God, so I should sleep well, I would think.
And then came the footsteps. Slow, heavy. They circled her camp, paused, and came again. She lay perfectly still, gripping her sleeping bag, too afraid to even switch on her light. It went on for hours.
What the fuck was that? I don't want to turn the light on because I'm pretty convinced there's been a person or persons. What the fuck? I've never wanted the morning to come as much as I do right now. What the fuck is going on?
When the sky finally brightened, she peeked out. Nothing, no tracks, no movement, just silence. And get this, that's when she noticed her axe was still lying outside the hammock. Like, if someone had been there, she'd practically armed them.
But I've just realised I left my axe out. Now, if there had been an axe murderer wandering around, I've literally handed him his weapon of choice.
Louise doesn't claim it was paranormal. She believes it was probably a person, which, in her words, might actually be worse. Yes, I completely agree. Tell me, alone in the woods, would you rather believe it was a ghost or a person watching you from the dark? I really think that I'm hoping it's a ghost.